Morning, everybody. Let's get straight into the Kenilworth meet as we start on this public holiday. Start of May. It's a brand new month. Welcome to Waited to Win. And number 7 below deck tops the boards at 12-10. We'll talk to Darren Burrows and asking about the weather. He's got a horse. I know he's going out to Kenilworth today. He's got a horse running later. And a reminder about, of course, our Waited to Win options on Twitter and on WhatsApp and all of that sort of stuff. Of all that available. Morning, Darren. How's the weather in the Cape, and what's happening in the first? Are we bankering below deck in the bipod?
Morning, Clyde. The weather's lovely in the Cape. The sun's out. Not too much wind. It's really cleared up nicely the last few days. Race 1 below deck must have been the most eye-catching of the runners in the race on debut. She was all at sea and quickened up very smartly late. She was still beaten 5 1/4 lengths. I think she's going to learn a lot from that run. If you're looking for dangers to include Women's World, good run up in trip against the Colts. Royals, I know that Royals is fancied. And Ticket to Vegas. So 7 to beat 4, 9 and 12.
Okay, so Royals is fancied, you heard that, but it does appear that below deck's the right one. Daryl Marie's with us. Your bipot, you guys did well, both of you, with your bets yesterday, landing in bipots and place accumulators we collected on Sunday, fortunately. Daryl, so let's talk about the bipot opener.
Yes, Clyde, let's hope we can keep the ball rolling. Below deck was very impressive on debut. She was doing her best work late. She was lost in the early parts of the race, Clyde, so that's my only concern because now she goes around the bend for the first time. Let's hope she's in contention and not green behind several runners because she's obviously got a lot of scope for improvements. I do believe she'll reverse that form with the horse that finished just ahead of her on that occasion, Ticket to Vegas. I haven't banked her though, Clyde. I've backed her up with Women's World, number 4. Now she's got the bend experience. She holds Royals on the Charleston run. And take note, she now gets with the sets of blinkers. So I'm sure she'll be up there on the pace and she's very fit. So opening leg of the bipot, I went 4 and 7.
Okay, well, that Women's World also represents Luna, Halo, and Blue Holly, those horses. But all right, let's have a look at the bipots then, guys. We'll put them up now for you and take a look at what the play is in terms of what you guys need to do. And there's Darren Burrows' bipot. As you can see, he's got a few, and he's bankering the 10 later on. And that's a look at what the play looks like from Darren's perspective. And then we've also, don't forget, you can use your phone to scan that code and get all those numbers in. And we've also got a Daryl Marie bipot, as I understand it. And Daryl going a couple of runners as well as he goes through the day there. The numbers, jot those numbers down. And you guys can have a look as to how you want to play it. So our first race out from Hollywood Bets Kenilworth runs at 5 to 1. So make sure you get on in time. Race number 2 in the card is a juvenile plate. It's a maiden juvenile plate, and it's run over 1,400 metres. And in this race, tops the boards, that horse of the Cotson stable. Glenn's got number 10, Monumental. Keegan de Mello's riding for the yard again. You have 5 to 2 favourite. 8 to 4 Jacks is 6 to 1. And the 11 Koyomai is trading at around 6 to 1. 7's and better about the others, Darren. Are we Monumental? You big on that?
Clyde, I'm quite big on this horse. That form line behind Future Variety is probably going to end up the strongest juvenile form line in the Cape Town season. Now, we've already seen a winner from 2 runners from that form line, and Future Variety is very strong, very highly rated. This horse was staying on strongly between runners. Another couple of strides, he would have just about won. The only concern could be the 10 draw. If he overcomes the draw into a position, I think he could prove very hard to beat.
Yeah, I see that also. You're talking about Silver Crown that came out of there and won. And Speed Racer was the other horse that ran and come to run third. So not many runners, but performance so far so good. Daryl, your take on the race?
Yes, Clyde, you can see, there's a lot of Spring Palace form over here. Several runners finished right on top of each other, but like Darren touched on, that was Monumental's debut. Subsequently, he's run a cracking second to a highly regarded sort. Just the draw's a bit off-putting, but he's also going to be my top pick. I backed him up with number 3, Lord Fifield. Good improvements in his second start, Clyde, and he's got the draw to boot. So I'm fairly convinced that I'm going to get through this leg. I could have banked the 10 Monumental in the PA, but I just backed him up with a 3. So 3 and 10 for me to fight it out.
All right, you'll play it safe. So let's put our place accumulators up then, guys. We're starting up race number 2 now, and we're going with Darren Burrows as place accumulator. In his case here, he's going to bank a number 10, Monumental. 2 solid runs. Maybe a little bit worried about the draw, but end of the day, Keegan DeMello is a professional, so he knows what to do with it. There's the cost for the place accumulator on Darren Burrows' side. Daryl Marie's covering up. He's going a couple in the opener, so you can have a look at that in terms of his place accumulator, not depending on any bankers per se, spending a little bit of money on the place accumulator. They're the numbers over there. You can make a note of those, and remember, your place accumulator needs to be on by 1:30. Race 3, pick sixes. Let's get on. These horses are rated around the 70, 80 mark. These are the kind of horses you're looking at, the D division or thereabouts, C division of the old days. And in the betting, number 7, Bardolino is 7-2. Number 5, Thundermaster is 9-2. And number 6, Gimme More Time is trading at 9-2. You've got the horse in 2, Intimidator, who's trading at around 5-1. And 1 Prometeo, who got it right last time, is 8-1. 8-1 as well, about number 4, Kelp Forest. Darren, this is yours. Kelp Forest, you would have spoken to Adam. I'm sure you're excited. Gavin Larena is there, as I understand it, to ride it. So it must be exciting times today.
Yes, Clyde. You know, Gavin's come down for Bereave, obviously, in the main, one of the features. I thought Kelp Forest, now, in his penultimate start, that was his most impressive start to date, when he carried 61 kilos in a special weight race because he hadn't got an official rating. And he finished a length behind Prometeo, and he's 3.5 kilos better off with Prometeo this time around. So he's doing well at home. He's really improved since his last start. Adam's quite upbeat about his chances, even though it's competitive. Now, the horses to beat, Bardolino. In his penultimate start, he got beat a length by Intimidator, who he meets 2.5 kilos better off for that length beating. So 7 and 2 have to be included. The other snake runner, Gimme More Time, really appreciated the step up to a mile last time out. He was narrowly beaten. Then you got Candice Bass and Alder de Meyer, Thunder Master. That's not out of it. So all of 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 have chances.
All right, so you're making it a little bit of a race, but you're right. Kelp Forest does certainly have some sort of claim of that, there's no doubt, and that he's better off than Prometeo when they last met is quite interesting. Daryl, your take on it? Is it as open as Darren is saying, or what's the plan?
Very difficult race, Clyde. I think there's about 6 or 7 runners with winning claims over here. I know Prometeo is worse off at the weights with Kelp Forest, but I was extremely impressed with his latest victory. Gave Donderstorm 7 kilograms. He gave him start, and he just ran on by, and he won convincingly. So I actually think he's a nice sort in the making. They regarded him highly in the early stages of his career, and I think now that the penny's dropped, he could go on. Kelp Forest at the weights has to be a serious factor if I do give Prometeo winning claims. Also lightly raced. I think he'll enjoy this thing out of the ground. And then horses like Intimidator, Intimidator, Bardolino, Give Me More Time, done nothing wrong recently. So they have to go into wider perms.
Okay, we've got to draw the line somewhere, but you are quite impressed with the way Prometeo won, so I suppose that needs attention. Let's have a look at what the plan is in this race then from our boys. And Darren Burrows has worked out his pick sixes. As you can see, he's got horses all the way through, and he is bankering later on. You did hear him say that Gavin Larena is going to ride number 2, Bereave, today. That's why he's there. And there's obviously a lot of confidence from the stable about number 2, Bereave, winning over the 1200. That's our pick 6 from weighted to win that we worked out. Get that pick 6 on. On to race number 4. Let's chat about the race now. And this is a Class 4 fillies and mares over 1,200 metres, where number 4, Where's the Party, is favourite. I'm going to chat to Daryl Marie first. Priced up at 22 to 10. Favourite number 4, Where's the Party. 3, Symphony of Light is 9 to 2, second choice. Where's the Party? I see weighted to win 2 of the 4 weeks of the competition, Daryl Marie. So, where's the party?
I think we've held our own and done extremely well, Clyde. Proud to be part of the brand. Yeah, are you going to be taking 22 to 10 about Where's the Party? I'm certainly not going to be taking that price. I do believe she's too short in the market. Good improvement last time out when reverting up the straight. So I'm not saying she can't win. She's certainly in with a big shot. She's just too short in the market. Number 3, Clyde, Symphony of Light. She's come down nicely in the rating. She's down to 72. I think she'll enjoy this thing out the track. Who else is in here? Hear My Voice. Now, last time out, you can just put a line through that start. Penultimate start. She represents a fantastic form line, Clyde. We know there's numerous winners from there, so he is a big player here, along with Pukulpa. Who, if not finding this on the sharp side, she's certainly got ability and she'll strip fitter. So the focus for me is on numbers 3, 4, 6, and 7.
Yeah, well, we've been waiting, to be quite honest. We're waiting for this horse, Hear My Voice, to run, Darren, because of the fantastic form line. I think it's the only horse that hasn't run, and that's the one that we're waiting to come out and hopefully win. Anyway, well, just based on the form lines anyway. See, Craig Zaki's now got the ride and relatively well drawn over the 1,200 anyway, I would have thought. Darren must have some sort of chance. What do you like?
God, I actually like this horse, Where's the Party, quite a lot. I originally had 4 and 12 marked, and when Touch of Grace was taken out, I thought Where's the Party very hard to beat. She was in need of her first 2 starts in the Western Cape, and last time out, I thought a great run. She had an outside draw, she was staying on strongly, and now she's reaching peak fitness. So even though she's had a short break again, I think, Humvee horses, they normally have short breaks between runs. They're normally lightly raced horses. But I think she's coming on the right way and she'll take a lot of beating. Now, you got Hear My Voice. She ran a length of Touch of Grace, a length of Fantastic. Last time out, I don't know what happened. She was drawn a bit deep at Durbanville. I think back up the straight, she's a definite runner. Spy Wing, you got to watch out for this filly. She's got to jump on terms. She can lose her race at the start. So that's a question mark.
All right. Well, you also got to remember that Where's the Party does represent, that Touch of Grace does also bring Hidkom Diboki form line into the play, and Pork Divide. Both of those horses came out in one. So the form line's strong there too, make no mistake. All right, what we're doing here, it's jackpots. Let's have a look. And we've got a Darren Burrows jackpot. He's going both 4 and 12 here. Just watch out for that horse that we've been waiting to run for. Remember, we mentioned it earlier to you guys, so don't leave it out of the play. Hear My Voice, number 6. By 135689, by Banker 2, and Field at the back in Darren's case. And here he's spending 96 Rand on this jackpot. Time to move on now, chaps, and have a look at the World Sports Betting Sweet Chestnut Stakes, a race that was, of course, moved from last week to today due to weather, and interesting one because you've got the likes of 8 Marina that come together, priced up at 33 to 10 to take on 9 Charbello. In fact, they're joint favourites. 1 Happy Chance is at 7 to 2, and 3 Quintus Light is at 9 to 2. So is the 5 Gimmy's Lassie trading at 9 to 2. It's 14 to 1 and better about the other. So the first half, Darren, I would imagine, are going to fight this out. It's been a week, so I'm sure there's been lots of banter about with regards to this race in the Cape.
Yes, Clyde, the market has changed a bit with Happy Chance shortening in. Now, Happy Chance, I believe she's going to end up probably a grade 1 winner or grade 1 performing filly in time to come. She really gives me that impression, but she is looking for further. When she was stepped up to a mile twice, she won When she won 3 runs back, she won hands and heels by 6 1/4 lengths. Then she ran 5th in the Fillies Guineas, beaten 3 lengths. Her comeback run over 1,200 meters was a cracker behind Golden Hostess. She's got a 1 draw. If the 14's just not on the sharp side, I think Happy Chance is going to run a cracker. Now, dangers, you've got to look at Quintus Light. On a line of form, Quintus Light and Chow Bella, I think there's as much as a 7 kilo swing in the weights when Chow Bella beat Quintus Light by 2 lengths. She's 7 kilos worse off. You got Gimmy's Lassie in the race. Also ran behind Make It Snappy in the Fillies Guineas, so there was nothing between Happy Chance and Gimmy's Lassie. And then Marina, she's not best over 1,400 meters, but she's got tons of ability.
Yeah, Daryl, there's no shortage of ability here, that's for sure.
Absolutely, Clyde. Some lovely fillies lining up today. My top pick has to be a Happy Chance. Very impressive return after a 4-month layoff over a distance short of her best. Gonna strip fitter, gonna appreciate the extra furlong. So I think a lot in her favour. Quintus Light, she holds several on form, and she's very honest. She goes well over this course, and she goes well over the distance. She's very fit, so she has to be included in all play. I've actually narrowed this race down to numbers 1 and 3 only, Clyde. So taking my chances over here, but fairly bullish with regards to Happy Chances.
Okay, Happy Chance, the one to beat for you, but you have narrowed it down. Let's have a look at what the selections are in this particular race here for the guys in terms of what we're looking at, the Sweet Chestnut Stakes, and we're going with Daryl Murray's jackpot, where he says Happy Chance and Quintus Light should battle it out 1 and 3 by 2, 4, 8, by field by 4, 6, 7, and 9. And in his case here, Daryl will be spending 192 Rand. Time now to have a look at race number 6 on the card. It's the Champagne Stakes. It's a Group 3 and it's over 1,200 meters. When we had a look at the market this morning at around 10 o'clock, this is where Bereave tops the boards at 15 to 10, number 2 on the card. 8 Rio Carrari is 5 to 2. 3 Countdown is trading around 7 to 1. Number 9, Mr. Cobb's 8 to 1. And then it's 12 to 1 and better about the others. But Darren, we've heard already that you're quite big on Bereave and should take a bit of beating in the Champagne.
Yes, Clyde, I did speak to Adam about him. He said he has freshened him up, so he's not 100% ready, but he's hoping his class carries him through because he's doing exceptionally well. He beat Gimme a Prince last time out. I thought Gimme a Prince was a penalty kick because he looks to be one of the best sprinters in the country. And Bereave narrowed the gap and passed him the final 100. That was really impressive, and it showed that he's on the up. On a line of form with Rio Carrari, Rio Carrari got beat 1.5 lengths by Bereave, and he's 1.5 kilos worse off. And he's a 6-year-old, so disappointed last time out as well. So I have to be in the camp of Bereave. We jamming, he's better over the sprinting trips. He'll improve, and Mr. Cobbs for minor money.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be with you with Bereave today. I think it's his day again. And, they beat Trip of Fortune. The third horse came out and won, Daryl. So did Countdown from that same form line, Bereave's form line. In fact, Gladiatorian, who was 10 lengths back, came out and won its very next start. So that's a powerful form line, Daryl Murray.
Yeah, I'm not happy that Gladiatorian won, because we were on African Skyline. But anyway, that's water under the bridge. Bereave, just have a look at the best weighted column. He is 0.5 kilogram best in over Rio Carrari. Now, we've touched on the fact that he beat Rio and he's better off at the weight. So, very hard to see Rio reversing that form. But, Clyde, he's a top-class sprinter on his day. He's got the blinkers off. I believe they're going to give him a chance and let him run at them in the latter stages. So, we know he's got the ability. I just think I found some big value over here. Well, in my mind, I'm actually shocked to see this horse's price, Clyde. Speed Machine. When there's some giving the ground, Clyde, this horse is unbelievable. Just have a look at it. He's had 11 starts in the stock for 4 victories. Go back to the run, I think in the Merchants, right? He was beaten a length by Bereave, and he's 5 kilograms better off. So at 16, absolutely no doubt, win, lose or draw, that number 4 Speed Machine is overpriced.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think we saw that horse last time out, travelling third. I'm just a little bit concerned, if anything, maybe if Speed Machine not looking for a little bit further, but you may well be right at that sort of price. You can get a decent price number about Speed Machine in terms of the market anyway. So make sure if you do, number 4 is 20 to 1, a win 3 to 1 a play. So don't leave it out of the play if it's not too short from a distance perspective. But we did have a close look and it's a lovely looker. Let's have a look what we're doing here, guys. What's the plan? Put the slides up. It's Darren Burrows' Bereave. That's the horse they got to beat. On to the World Sports Betting Variety Club Mile. And this Variety Club, one of the best racehorses in the world, named after him. And in this case, we've got number 4, Without Question, who's top of the boards at 22 to 10 from the Justin Snate stable. He's also got number 5, Pomp and Power, at 33 to 10. And number 6, Gem King, is trading at 5 to 1. The others worth quoting is number 3, It's Raining William, is 6 to 1. And 8, King Regent, is at 8 to 1. It's 11 to 1 and better about the others. I'll go to Darren Burrows. Let's talk to you about what you make of the Variety Club. 1 or 2 really, well, a good few really decent horses in the making over here. And what's your first choice? What do you think will win?
Clyde, it's very open, eh? There's a lot of horses with chances, like Without Question, when he beat King Regent a length and a quarter, he's obviously worse off with King Regent, but then again, King Regent hasn't progressed as much as Without Question, because Without Question ran third in the Cape Derby. Charles Dickens was second in the race. His rating went up 20 points. But he's on the up and he could be a serious horse for the season. So I'm going to go with Without Question, who is one of the best weighted. Pomp and Power's not out of it, if not in need of the run. But for me, Without Question.
Okay, so Without Question, although running the 2000 and in the Derby third to see it again, there's certainly nothing wrong with Without Question's form over this sort of distance, Daryl.
Yes, Clyde. Difficult race to dissect because there's a few in here that are having their preparation runs for the KZN feature season, namely Without Question, Pomp and Power. So we don't exactly know where they are with regards to fitness levels, but we know that they got the ability and they're best weighted. So I think their class can pull them through and the cream could rise to the top. But don't be surprised if something else won, because they are having preps. It's Raining William. Last time he attempted the mile for the first time, it was in that sales race. Clyde, we saw Dave the King winning from there. We saw See It Again winning the Derby. Lord Williams won 2. So it appears as if he's not the stable elect because Richards opted to ride Without Question, but I'm certainly not ignoring his chances. And then even horses like Hoedspruit, King Regent, they got ability, and Hoedspruit's on his way back. So I wouldn't be surprised to see any of the 8 runners win over here, Clyde. I don't know what to say. Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, well, it's interesting there. Of course, Grant van Niekerk writes, it's raining William again, and that form line has worked out very well. It's a very powerful race, and it's a very interesting one. And let's see what the plan is with regards to what we indicate on doing in a race like this. With just the penultimate race of the afternoon, Daryl's worked out his double. He says, let's go 3, 4, and 5. So favouring It's Raining William, Without Question, Pomp and Power to win this. And at the back, he's going with 4 and 6. That's the last double of the day. Well, the 8th and final on the card does appear to be open from a market perspective, where number 4, Montine. Pit Puerto Stable's been in good form. They trade 9 to 2. Second choice, number 12, Sugar Mountain, is at 9 to 2. Well, joint favourites anyway. at around 10 this morning. Then the 6, Narina Trogan, is at 6-1, or Tragon. And then the 7, Future Swing, is at 6-1. And number 9, Nevada King, is 6-1. Daryl Marie. So market open. They're suggesting quite a number of horses in a race like this. And maybe you've got a bit of a shrewdy for us in here.
Not a shrewdy, Clyde. There's some lovely horses in this final event for the day. They're going to win their races, Clyde. Several of them. Montien done very little wrong since exiting the maiden ranks. Better over the mile. He's a very nice horse. He'll be right there at the finish. Also, I'm leaning towards his number 6, Narina Tragon. He's unbeaten as a gelding, Clyde, and that was over 40. Son of Savannah, I think he's going to love the step up to a mile. Was possibly in need of that run after his gelding. So I think he would have come on in leaps and bounds. And I think he's a serious horse in the making. Not saying he's going to end up winning a grade 1 or whatever, but he's going to go through the divisions, in my opinion. So I'm leaning towards the 6, Narina Tragon, over Montien. But you've got horses like Future Swing, Nevada King, very nice horses, Clyde. This race is certainly not cut and dry.
Yeah, not cut and dry. Okay, so that's where you are, Narina Tragon. What would you recommend, Darren?
Clyde, I like this horse, Narina Trogon, quite a lot. His first run as a gelding, he ran down Kitchakal, who we saw win yesterday. Now, 3 runs back, he got beat a length and a half by Without Question. You know how good Without Question is now. He actually gave Without Question 2 kilos. So that was a solid performance. He's improved as a gelding. I think he's heading to the top divisions, and he's going to rate the horse to beat. But it is competitive. You've got Montien, who's never missed the first 3 in 6 starts. You've got Future Swing that always just gets his head in front at the right time. In his last 3 starts, he's won by a short head. You've got a horse like Sugar Mountain, but he is a 1,400-meter specialist. So the mile is stretching him. So I've got to be in the camp of Narina Trogon as well.
All right, so you're both on the same page with regards to the last race on the card. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Let's have a look at what we're doing in the last. If it is going to be Narina Tragon, well, this morning was trading at 6-1, number 6 on the card. Daryl Marie suggests that we look at some of the exactas, and they be 4, 6, 7, and 9 is the recommended play for the last from Weighted to Win here on this public Monday afternoon. Hope it's been a pleasant one. Thanks for watching, everyone.